Oh, I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 OMI update video. I'm going to take off the plastic off of that, whatever I have this on, and I will get to the video in 2 seconds. Oh god. This is why I need a professional setup. Alright guys, how's it going? I'm the real Randy Chavez. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm doing an Earth 2 OMI update video. Everyone say hello to Dashie. Hello Dashie, we love you. You're only seeing Dashie's head today because you are. I just woke up, so sorry for the head thing. For the hair, there is a couple of things I did want to go over. As far as, I'll start with OMI, I'll get on to Earth 2, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so OMI. I just made a post on Facebook, pretty much with this screenshot that is the thumbnail, saying, why am I going to be putting 25% of my wealth into a coin that is, what is it, 84% losses in 3 months. That's a lot. You know, if you go down to, a lot of stocks, like, okay, well, this is really underperforming, but it's not. It's not underperforming at all. If you look at the analytics, you look at the fundamentals, growing users, the growth is insane, and you have people that they don't have a demand problem, they have a supply problem, meaning that everything they make they sell, and they can't meet demand. They physically cannot meet demand, and it's growing at a very, very big pace. Now, if they want, they could make even so much more, but whatever they make, they sell. Like Gilmore Girls, Rory, everything she tackles, she conquers. This is not the behavior of a way this coin should go. It's had huge catalysts over the last few months, and it's like, okay, well, it's growing. They announced new partnerships. They are going to do massive burn days. So many things that go into it, but yet the price is still going down. Yes, part of that was because of, actually most of that was because Bitcoin went from here down to here. But you see this morning it's under 0.002 cents again, so it's less than 1/5 of 1 penny, at least as of 5 minutes ago before the making of this video. And I'm going to have to put more money into that. I'm going to sell more Bitcoin, not replace it because I don't have any money left. So I'm going to sell more Bitcoin, not replace it, just to buy this because, like I said, Bitcoin 4-5x maybe by the end of this year, which would mean maybe about 200,000, which might be a little low depending on what else goes on. But yeah, this OMI, 10x would literally only take us to under 2 cents, which is stupid low. I would say 3 cents by the end of summer. Sometime during the summer, I would say 3 cents. So yeah, this is stupid undervalued in my opinion. Speaking of undervalued stuff, Earth 2, I forget what I put in the title, to be completely honest. Oh yeah, Earth 2 prices. So depending on how many tiles you have, I'll go over this real quick. It's a little quick math. 2 + 2 = 4 - 1 that's 3. Quick maths. For anyone that doesn't know that song, that's a really fun song to listen to. It's a really fun music video also. But you have Antarctica went up from $1.71 to $1.72 this morning. So that's an increase of 1 penny. And obviously that's nothing. You have places like South Korea, which has tens of thousands of dollars going to it every day. A lot of times US still has that as well. Now, US tiles are just, they're almost $60 a tile, and you still have people buying in new tiles every single day, which is bananas. So outside of that, something that, if you have 10,000 tiles somewhere, all right, 10,000 tiles somewhere, how much is 1 penny? Well, if you have 1 tile and it increases 1 penny, that's 1 penny. If you have 10 tiles and it increases 1 penny, that's 10 cents. So 100 tiles would be $1. So you increase your net worth by $1 at 100 tiles. Okay, well, what about 1,000 tiles? That's $10. If everything increases by 1 penny, that's $1,000. If you have 10,000, I'm sorry, that's $100. So it's $100 if something increases by 1 penny and you have 10,000 tiles. Now 10,000 tiles is a lot, but just again use that scale for anything, and then you can easily figure out how much your net worth has grown, given the fact that you how many tiles you have. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and Like I said, Jules, if in case you missed last night we were talking about Jules and exactly what that could mean because we had another update from Discord and we had another update on Facebook. Up until I think like 10 minutes ago, there hasn't been a tweet from Shane. Again, before I started this video, but what Jules will mean, because it was mentioned a second time, is that you're going to be able to use that jewel, which has the chance of spawning once a day on any property, whether the property is 1 tile or the property is 750 tiles. Everyone listen to King Julian, smash that like button. I will get to the Q&A in a second. And for the jewel, if they have a chance of appearing once a day, and it doesn't matter what type of property, although you have a better chance of finding a jewel on your property if your property is 750 tiles as opposed to 1 tile. So that being said, I am very, very hopeful because I have several properties with excuse me, several properties with 750 tiles, and what you're going to be able to do with that jewel is you're going to be able to take that jewel and on your property, let's say you're allowed to spawn and mine resources once every 12 hours. But then with a certain amount of jewels, you might be able to say, oh, well, actually, I'm going to put that into this property, and now this property only has, 8 hours where it, so you could potentially mine instead of twice a day, now you can mine 3 times a day, which is fantastic. Again, that's just an estimate, but they did say you can upgrade your property with things like that. I was like, okay, well, this could be very, very useful. You could either, if you have something that you already built and you continue to find jewels and you don't need the resources, just go and sell them. Because I guarantee you people would pay buku dollars to say like, oh, if their business is all about selling resources and now they have another jewel that they need to upgrade it so that they can sell even more resources, they'll pay you money for that, a lot of money for that. Or you could, if you only have one thing, you just trade in general to barter, or like I said, for what I would do, and you don't have to use it on the property that you find it, because again, if you have essence and you have resources that you could bring from one spot to another, there's no reason why you can't, let's say Chaveztopia for me, I'm not going to exactly use that for resources. I mean, I will because I have a lot of property there. I'm just going to use that just as an awesome mega city where it's not going to be a farm. Thank you guys for 10 likes though. It's not going to be a farm. I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it really, really huge as far as an actual mega city with things to do. We have plans. And with that, I would not, the jewels that I would find in Antarctica, I would not use in Antarctica. I would use it in, let's say, Brazil or South Africa or India, where I have a lot of tiles that give me a lot of resources, so I can build in Antarctica. And that's just a little recap from last night as well. Anyway, guys, I will get to the Q&A. But actually, before I get to the Q&A, apparently Shane just tweeted something. So I'm going to see if that is true or not. And if he did tweet, what is it? All right, so from Comey. Oh, Shane just tweeted. Okay, so Shane just tweeted live right now, and he said, breaking protocols here, but I feel there are some things I wanted to say. Never thought I'd live in a world where an adult could oh, God. All right, so this is a, I guess I'll talk about this as well. Yeah, so basically it says, I never thought I'd live in a world where an adult could publicly bully a 15-year-old kid and be idolized. Back to Earth 2 in the path ahead. Definitely some cool things in the pipeline. And then they post a video, which I'll watch the video and then I'll go over that tonight. What Shane is in reference to is, I think it's Big Guy Fry, I think, where he goes and talks about the kid Tanner, I forget his last name, that has recently been hired by Earth 2 and supposedly supposed to go in the military. I don't know. Oh, 15 likes. Thank you guys very much. But with that, he had I guess was making fun of him when he was a minor, when he was like 15 or whatever, which, I mean, YouTube terms of service, you're really not supposed to do. I mean, YouTube terms of service, you're really not supposed to hate on anything, on anyone. You'd make the argument that, Free Use Act, yeah, I mean, I'd rather YouTube be kind of a place with free speech, but again, if it's a minor and, there's not something that, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all at one point had made fun of Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber, not on YouTube, but, in general, there were YouTube videos about that, so Um, I wish YouTube would be consistent, like, oh, it's okay to make fun of this person, but not to make fun of this person. Either way, I do feel bad for the kid. To my understanding, is that he had made some, what do you call it, statements when he was younger that may or may not have been true, and these guys are just like ripping into him for it, which again you shouldn't do. You really, like, when people are younger, they're just dumb. They're stupid, and again, like I was still stupid. Like I said, I still don't have a. I'll tend to do stupid things unless like girlfriend or someone's like, hey, you know what, this might not be a good idea, and I'll be like, yeah, you're right. Um, but anyway, I guess Big Fry made a video like ripping into this kid, and this kid was basically like, "Hey man, that's not cool." So I don't know if there's a lawsuit with that. If there is, again, I hope it's settled out of court, because when you try to sue someone or countersue someone or get sued, the only people that win are the lawyers. That's it. And again, for Earth 2 to try to sue Big Fry, they don't have. They have the money. Like they're very, very liquid. They could destroy him in court, like throw a bunch of money at him. But why do that? Big Fry's not. He's not gonna be able to pay damages. Like it doesn't have money, to my knowledge. But either way, yeah, definitely not something that is a good investment, I think. But again, if you go long term and they say, oh well, actually we're gonna nip this in the bud. Anyone that wants to try to defame Earth 2, anyone that's trying to do this, they're gonna see, yeah, we're out. We're gonna take you to court. And that might tell people, okay, well, now I'm not going to do that. So maybe it is, in the long run, a strategy. But again, I don't know. I'm not in Shane's mind. I'm not in there. So yeah, that is that for that. So again, going over the Q&A now. Christian Velasco says, first, Alone gives me a heart. Oh, hello, Alone. How's it going? Christian Velasco says, use this dip to officially reach 1 million OMI. You did it, Christian. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Chris Velasco says, yeah, great weekend, Randy and OMI crew. Yeah, it is a very good weekend. I have 10.5 or 10.7 right now. I will have 11 million by the end of next week, I hope. Yeah. Lynn X says, hey, what's going on, Lynn X? How you doing? Maxwell Cook says, I'll catch up in just a second. Just watching the video Shane just made and posted on Twitter. Yeah, let me know what the video is. Because I can't see it right now. I'm Egro says, hello, how are you? I'm doing all right. I'm Egro. I'm just hanging out, just living my best life. I'm gonna try to go to the gym after this, even though my shoulder is effed in the A. Gonna try to get sushi. Gonna try to go to my girlfriend's. I am so I can't tell you how many freaking notifications I have right now. So sorry if you ask me a question somewhere. I probably won't get to that till either later tonight or tomorrow. And then after I finish driving to the girl, after I finish doing everything, yeah, it's I'm stressing just thinking about it. Victoria Jean Pascal is just saying, hello, Friday podcast. Do not hang out this weekend. Do not hang out this weekend? Well, yeah, I mean, I'll try to go live later on tonight, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. But if I don't, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, that's hanging out with the girlfriend this weekend. Where's my curry at? So speaking of underrated, I'm here. Was that a My Hero Academia reference? Like, it's fine now. Why? Because I am here. Yeah, I love him so much. Pato33 says, happy Friday, Randy. Hope you have a great weekend. Yes, I hope I do as well. It'll be fun. I haven't stayed the weekend at the girlfriend's in a long time, just because she had a wedding last week and I was away the week before. So we were very separate for a while. Long time no see. How's everything going? Well, Egro, everything is going pretty well, except for the fact that I cannot seem to keep this phone at a decent angle. I need a new stand. Freedom Mercury says, hello, Randy. So nice to see you. Oh, well, thank you, Freedom Mercury, saying hello to the chat and everyone. And King Julian saying, everyone smash that like button. That means the world. Victoria Jean Pascal says, Chavez Topia is the only place in Earth 2 I bought where the price decreased. LOL. I just think I bought it at the wrong time. Anyway, I don't have enough tiles in your city, but I save money for OMI. So the only way you can buy a tile and then the tile decreases is if you have let's say it does like a pump real quick. Somebody buys it for $2 or $3 a tile, whatever. And then, excuse me. And then what happens is that, okay, well, the tile price will jump to about $2 or $3, whatever the last sale was for. And then if you buy at that price, like when you wouldn't go and the new tile price would still be new tile price to be what it was, $1 or something. But if you buy from somebody else and they say, oh well, the tile price is $2 or $3, and somebody else says, oh, actually I'll sell it to you for $1.80, and then so the price doesn't go down. Like the actual new tile price will always incrementally increase. But if it's, let's say, $1, somebody sells it for $3, now it looks like the price is $3, and then you go on the marketplace, says, oh, it's $3, but I can get it for $1.50. You buy it at $1.50, and then after somebody buys new tiles, it goes back down to $1 or $1.01, and then you think like, oh, I lost. So that's really the only way for your property price, if you bought it, that property price to go down. That is, yeah. Here we go. And OMI homie Mike Jackson says, what is up? Well, I lost y'all there. Actually, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to see what I can do as far as setting you down on a corner, because I need a new stand to have my phone. All right, here we go. So, again, sorry for the hair. Moving on. We got, how low do you see the price going? I don't know. I don't know. I hope it halves. I hope it goes down to 0.001. I don't think it will, but I hope it does, because that would mean $1,000 gets you 1 million OMI. That is insane. That would be insane. I would, if it goes down to if in an ideal world, in a perfect world, if OMI goes down to 0.001 around the same time when I have 100 grand, that means I get 100 million OMI, give or take, by putting $100,000 in, which is insane. That would literally make me 100 millionaire, in my opinion, by the end of 2026 or wherever it reaches $1. I didn't think, again, that's if that happens, which I don't see OMI going down that low, and I also don't see the time working out like that, but it is possible. And then if I didn't sell, if I just hodled, I would say it could be a billionaire by the end of the 2030s, in like 20 years from now when it reaches like $10 a coin, if that does happen. If you listen to Cavell Anderson, he had a video where he's like, oh, yo, it could be like $10 in 10 years. It's like, that's really quick. I definitely don't expect that by 2030. Maybe 2040, but again, who knows? And he likes to do hype videos, but yeah, like I said, I don't care if I put in the 100 grand at 0.002 and then it goes down to 0.001, because it's a long-term hold. I don't try to get cute and say, oh, you know what? Actually, I think it's going to go down to here. So you don't know. Nobody knows. So you could make a guess and have the guess be right. Some people do that and say, like, see, told you. It's like, dude, you didn't know. Like you had zero idea. But I buy as soon as I have money. Maxwell Cook says, quick cliff notes on Shane's video. There is no lawsuit. Tanner has been bullied since he was 15 when he made his FPS game. The phone audio about lawsuit was illegally recorded, and no current proof that it was even Tanner talking. Okay, so I'm glad that there's no lawsuit, because I did not want them spending millions of dollars. Like, not that, again, they're very, very liquid. That $millions wouldn't have really hurt them, but that's something they could use towards other things. They could use towards hiring staff, or they could use, again, they don't need to advertise, but if they wanted to, just use that for advertising, somewhere. Yeah. Vittori Jean Pascal says, oh, sorry for me, it's night here. Oh, yes, no problem, Vittori Jean Pascal, no problem. King Julian says, yeah, the Big Fry did a video this morning, and it had a conversation between Tanner and I guess somebody else talking about Shane has money for lawsuits. It was a full conversation over the phone. Was it over the phone or was it on Discord? Because I feel like I actually even did a video where there were, if you're on Discord, be advised, there's a decent chance that people are screenshotting what you say, or if you're on voice chat, they're going to record it. So part of the reason why I don't go on Discord is because of that reason, because a lot of things can be taken out of context. That being said, if you DM me on there, I'll answer, just because I like to keep up with everyone as much as I can. On days like today, instead of like I try to get it to everyone within 12 hours. Days like today, it's probably going to be a bit longer, just because I still haven't answered everyone from like 8 hours ago, and then now I have a just a busy day. So I will do it probably the end of this weekend, give or take, and then so yeah. Outside of that, I do $100 a week in Earth 2. A lot of times it's on a Monday, but if I ever get, when I get that big card sold, I'll keep like 30 grand ready for the Earth 2 crypto. Ready. King Julian says, "Oh yeah, it was definitely two people talking. You heard their voices." Yeah. I recognize. I remember the audio, but the I don't know. Again, we don't know if that was Tanner, I guess, and we don't know if that was what do you call it? Just two random people. It made it sound like an Australian. King Julian says, "Right now, I'm listening to you doing my deliveries." Oh, heck yeah, King Julian, you go get that bread. I feel like a floating head. I feel like Zordon, Alpha, line a team of teenagers with attitude. It's morphin' time. No, sorry. I used to love those shows. Even the movie, like the recent movie, was actually pretty good. Like the one with who was Rita Repulsa? Elizabeth Banks. I enjoyed it. It didn't get that good money or reviews, but I enjoyed the shiz out of it. Kevin Avidia says, "I can't wait for the jewels that may roll out this June or July." Yeah, so the team is pushing for June for Earth 2 to Phase 2 to come out in June. If it does not, I'm fine with that. I'd rather them take their time with it. I know a bunch of people are just like, no, I need it now. Been waiting for months. I understand. Just all right. I've paid. Like again, I retired for this game. I retired just so I wouldn't be left behind. So I'm fine with it. And so I have like the most reason to go and say like, okay, I put in 5 figures and I'm not like Predict or some people that put in like 6 figures into this. I put 5 figures in, and I literally retired for this. So, yeah, I should have a decent amount of want for this to go and for this to launch as soon as possible. But again, because I put money into this, and I want them to take their time, do it correctly. I just don't want to rush product, which I feel like a lot of people are. Earth 2 devs, they probably feel like they have something to prove. But again, as was it Wolfgang or Nathaniel, let the game speak for itself. Let the game go, and that will dispel any of the naysayers. And I don't know why naysayers are particularly focusing on Earth 2 as opposed to Second Earth and Meta Earth and all these other things, which are essentially just copycats. But again, they have things that you can do in there that Earth 2 hasn't done yet, like taking tiles from here and putting them over there. It's very, very interesting. Again, RA Realty's got videos on both of those, kind of just hedging his bets, saying like, okay, well, if this one gets big, I'll put a couple grand in here. If this one gets big, I'll put a couple grand into there. Again, he did that with Earth 2 in the beginning, and that blew up very, very quickly. So he finds them. Yuki says, crazy how they're going for collectibles per tile like thing. Pumped, yeah. These has, again, if you have a tile that does not, and I've mentioned this probably a dozen times before, if you have a tile that does not produce anything, keep that tile because it will produce something epic in the future. We only have 8 things right now, and everywhere I go, I mention, like, everywhere I go, I can't finish that sentence. You have, I go and tell people about VV Collectibles. I tell them, I don't even necessarily tell them about OMI, I just tell them about VV Collectibles. If they ask and the conversation leads to it, yeah, I'll be like, oh, so they have this coin and putting a lot of money into it. But Earth 2, I said, okay, virtual reality, virtual real estate. Again, I was talking to my lawyers the other day about it, just setting up a trust, and they're like, whoa, this is insane, virtual real estate. And then I give them the thing of like, yeah, so there's this one company that just bought a piece of virtual land in Decentraland for $750,000. And, well, so the potential for this is huge. And they're not boomers, I don't think. The 2 lawyers, they were definitely older Gen X. One was maybe in his late 40s, the other one was probably in his 50s. So yeah, it's like I'm showing them a whole new world. It's like when you fix a girl's car, like you fix you change the oil on it, and suddenly she thinks you're a wizard. It's like, no, it's just like a machine, right? It's just they think you're like this guru. Or when you take old people and like you fix their router, like you fix their internet. Oh, you fix the internet. It's Oh yeah, it's pretty insane. The stuff that we can learn from each other. Like again, if you talking about like let's say well I can sew, but I would say like if you lose a button, buttons are for me they're very hard to sew. Like I can stitch a wound, I can stitch a lot of decent things, but yeah, sewing on a button, not my forte. Any woman over 50, they can sew buttons, and it's like you are. Love you people. Yeah. Moving on. Nomad with guitar. What's going on? Says just watch Shane's vid. That is that way developer everyone was talking about. Pathetic. What dev? Okay, it's that vid. That's what developer was talking about. It's pathetic. So yeah, again, I'm glad Shane's not suing anyone because again, I'd rather those funds go to somewhere else. And honestly, I've told him in videos before, like, listen, put Bitcoin on your balance sheet. That will make things a bit easier in the future. Put OMI on your balance sheet. That's what I'm doing. Again, it's a lot. I have a higher risk tolerance just because my companies don't employ dozens of people, and my companies don't. Well, I mean, technically, they do help and keep other businesses afloat, but also my other reasons that I don't have hundreds of thousands of fans depending on my company, where if it doesn't work out, then like, well, the big sad, like, and if the game comes out and it's not good, it's not fun, then I don't know what people will do. I think there's going to be some people, like, if the game's a flop, we might have some very sad days because some people put in a lot of money into this. But that being said, I think they're trying to reward the bigger users. Like they said, the jewels that are going to come out that are going to have a higher chance of appearing on bigger land plots, 750 tile land plots, where if you didn't get in November or December, you might not have that because back then it only costs $75 to do that, which again is the price of more than a price of a video game. But now, if you want to do that anywhere, you can't. It's impossible unless you get someone from somewhere that's maybe, yeah. Nobody's selling it for 10 cents a tile. I don't care who you are. You're not selling your stuff for 10 cents a tile. You're definitely not selling 750 tile plot for $75 again. Not even doing that. I would say it'd be 4x that minimum. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't think you would see that. Oh, moving on. Outside of that, the OMI price, like I said, I put in another round of advertising yesterday for my trophy Kangaskhan. OMI to the moon. Yeah. Oh god. I was at a party the other day and I got one of those because I thought they were fun. They were really fun when you're on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. But outside of that, there's really not too much else to go over. My body hurts from standing. I do have to run. I do have to bounce. So I love you all. Class dismissed. I'll go for the next minute and a half just to get to 30 minutes. Ask anything if you wish. I'll try to go live tonight again, 10:15, depending on what the girlfriend says and all of that jazz. Oh, I could use these as stands. I have little speakers up there. Yeah. I'm going to continue to put money in every week. I will get 11 million by the end of next week, and I will keep going from there. I might even put a little bit more into today. I'll let you guys know tonight which one I'm going to get. Again, I love the movies that and the stories that people are creating just with, it looks like panels out of comic books. Again, if you watched my video yesterday, it looks like Joker is holding Supergirl hostage, probably with the use of kryptonite, and then Superman's in the back, like, getting ready to punch his head off, which is really fun. It's really cool. So anyway, guys, I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I'll catch you all tonight. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.